£300,000. That's the cost of providing specialist public order officers to two demonstrations in Glasgow at the weekend. The Scottish Police Federation says it doesn't include other resources such as the Force helicopter, mounted officers and conventional police. 11 people were arrested as demonstrators confronted Republican parades. Our Home Affairs correspondent Revel Alderson reports.
Two separate marches and demonstrations in Glasgow city centre an hour and a half apart. It included 500 public order officers at an estimated cost of £300,000, as well as mounted police, conventional officers and the Force helicopter monitoring events from above.
It was a huge event, and that means that these communities are not getting the service that while our officers are away. And it's good to be able to flex the system and flex our resources across the country, but to be concentrated in essentially a parade for a few hundred people really does have an impact on everybody in Scotland.
Police used a tactic known as kettling to ensure there were no clashes between marchers and their opponents. It requires a huge number of officers brought in from all over Scotland. Anti-sectarian charities say there are more marches in the west of Scotland than in Belfast.
We've almost seen the evolution of a 12-month, full year-round marching culture, and that's very different from Northern Ireland. Where Northern Ireland, it happens over 4 or 5 months in the summer. And I don't think it's a helpful thing. I don't think it gives time for tensions to kind of be eased over and talks to take place. And I think a cap on numbers, a sort of fair usage policy for marchers, is the way to go.
Glasgow City Council says it can't ban parades as that would infringe human rights. It wants the government to legislate. The First Minister's open-minded about that.
It is part of our democracy to have the right to assemble and to march and to protest peacefully. What is not part of our democracy is sectarian violence in any form. So we continue to work closely with and talk to Glasgow City Council to make sure they get the support they need to apply the law as it is, but also to be open-minded about any changes to the law we need to see in future.
11 people were arrested during Saturday's marches and were appearing in court this afternoon. An officer injured by a pyrotechnic device is said to be recovering. Revel Alderson reporting, Scotland.